I'm going to teach you how to take your favorite song and turn it into a finger picking pattern. So you probably recognize that one. It's called Evergreen by Richie Mitch and the Coal Miners. So he actually plays this with capo on the 3rd fret, but I'm using capo on the 2nd fret. In some of his live recordings, he doesn't even use a capo, so we're just going to keep it on the 2nd fret there. We're going to start with a F chord, and we're not going to be grabbing that root note of the F chord. And all that is, starting from the 5th string, is the 3rd fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, 1st fret. And then you can either bar your finger across, grab that 1st fret of the 1st string, or you just leave that open. I usually just leave it open. So that's the 1st chord, and then we'll be moving to an A minor. And so starting from the 4th string, we have 2nd fret, 2nd fret, 1st fret open. And then we'll move to the C over G chord. And all that is your typical C chord, which is 3rd fret, 5th string, 2nd fret, 4th string, 1st fret, 2nd string. And we're going to add the G root note in there on the 6th string, 3rd fret. And so we're just going to change our finger picking or our fretting position slightly there. So starting from the 6th string, we have 3, 3, 2, 0, 1, 0. That's our C over G chord. Again, sometimes you can bar your finger across to grab that 1st fret of the 1st string, but you don't need to. And you can change it up too throughout the pattern when you want to bar your finger and when you want to leave that open. They both sound great. So the strumming pattern here, we're going to get into that, and then I'm going to teach you how to turn these into your own finger picking patterns. It's a lot of fun, just having patterns up your sleeve that you can use in any chord progression. So the strumming pattern, we're going to start on that F chord, and we're going to go. So that's down, 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 up. And I only hit that up when I'm transitioning to that A minor. So we have down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. So we play the F chord once, the A minor once, and then we play that C over G for 2 measures. So and you'll notice that's kind of the cool thing is through those chord transitions, you can come up with your own little embellishments. So on every time I do the upstroke, transitioning into the next chord, sometimes I'll just lift my, if I'm in this F chord, I'll just lift my index finger off of that 2nd string 1st fret. And then same thing when I'm transitioning from the A minor to that C over G, I'll kind of do the same thing, lifting my 2nd string off of that 1st fret. I'll lift my index finger off of that 2nd string in the C over G chord when I'm doing the upstroke. So it sounds like. And then you go right back into that F chord and you do that once more. I'm palm muting that entire introduction, and I'm just holding my hand across the strings right at the bridge here to do that. It's a very light palm mute. I don't want my palm all the way up over the sound hole when I'm palm muting this. You're not going to get any sound. It's not going to do much. So really I keep my hand nice and tight to that bridge, and I'll kind of slam my hand down too to kind of get a little bit of percussion out of it, especially during those chord transitions or during a downstroke. So really cool, a lot of little embellishments and unique twists you can add to this song. And then after that you'll go into just hammering on those same chords, and the transitions all open, those, so no palm muting. And so just try and find your own strumming pattern and rhythm out of this. So it's 4 counts on that F chord, 4 counts on the A minor, and then 8 counts on that C over G. So For me, what I like to do sounds something like this. More here to teach you how to turn this into your own finger picking pattern, and you can do this again with any chord progression. So we're going to start on that F chord, and what I like to do, and we're just going to use 2 fingers to start with this, I like to start with that bass note when I'm finger picking, and I'll start with that. So if we're holding that F chord, I'll just go 5, 3, 4, 2, and so you're just using your thumb and your index finger, and you're kind of just 5, 3, 4, 2. So we'll do that twice on the F chord, and then do the exact same thing on the A minor. 5, 3, 4, 2, 5, 3, 4, 2. And then when you get to the C over G, you want to introduce that G bass note, and so we'll go 6, 4, 5, 3, 6, 4, 5, 3. And you'll do that 4 times. And then right back to that F chord. So that's one very basic finger picking pattern you can use for any chord progression. Another one very similar to that is where hitting the 2 surrounding strings. So if I'm holding this F chord, I'll start with that 5th string, and then hit the 2nd string, and then 4th string, and 3rd string. So 5, 2, 4, 3, 5, 2, 4, 3. And then same thing on that A minor, 5, 2, 4, 3, 5, 2, 4, 3. And then on that C over G, I'll just transition my hand down 1 string. So I'm going 6, 3, 5, 4, 6, 3, 5, 4. And you can interchange between those 2 patterns. So we can go, if we're holding that F chord, we can go 5, 3, 4, 2, 5, 2, 4, 3. So it's a lot of fun. You can just kind of come up with your own little sounds. They all sound, they all feel a little bit different, but you're on that same chord. So it's, you know, if you're doing a full strum, or 5, 2, 5, 3, 4, 2, 5, 2, 4, 3. You can get a lot of different sounds out of one single chord. So another variation here, if we're going to use that 5, 3, 4, 2 pattern, is we can kind of drag our index finger across the bottom strings out of that chord. And so we can go, instead of 5, 3, 4, 2, we can go 5, 3, 4, drag, 5, 3, 4, drag, 5, 3, 5, 3, 4, drag, 5, 3, 4, drag. And that kind of introduces a combination of strumming and finger picking, which sounds really nice. So if we're going to use that throughout the song, it'll be like. And again, you can do the exact same thing with that other pattern. If we're on that F chord going 5, 2, 4, 3, you can use the drag again. 5, 2, 4, drag, 5, 2, 4, drag, 5, 2, 4, drag. Something else that's really fun to do is, if we're going to take the chord progression from Evergreen again, F, A minor, C over G, something I really like to do is arpeggiate through the entire chord. And so arpeggiate, I just mean individually pluck all of the notes from that chord. And I like to do that really quickly, so I'm kind of rolling my wrist into the guitar. And I just like to kind of find my own sounds out of that. So I'm going to hammer onto that 2nd string, 1st fret. And then just kind of walk down those strings again. And then do the same thing on the A minor. So it's really easy to just kind of mess around with your finger picking hand, using the bass notes from the chords and seeing what kind of embellishments you can do on the higher strings, and intermixing some strumming in there. So have a lot of fun with that. And if you want to try those finger picking patterns on another strumming song, I taught one of Bon Iver's songs in this video. Go check that out. Try those index finger thumb transitions on those chords and see what you come up with, and I'll see you around.